Hey, y'all. Welcome to the very first episode of the Heart of a Shucker podcast. This has been a long time coming and something that we've been working on for a while. So I'm excited to be able to finally get it out to you. We'll be having episodes come out very often throughout the year. So keep in touch with us on social media and even this YouTube channel for more updates and a lot of good guests this year that we're excited to bring to you. Real quick, before we get into the episode, I want to tell you about a few things we've got going on. This Sunday, if you don't have anything going on, come out to Ground Zero Blues Club in Biloxi, Mississippi for the Pink Heart Funds Ribbon Walk kickoff event. If you haven't been to Ground Zero, you definitely need to check it out. Great food, great music, great opportunity to have a good time. And then, of course, Pink Heart Funds does a great job of supporting those who are walking through their cancer battles. If you're into good country music, you can come from 4 to 6 and check out myself and my band, The Big Easy. We'll be playing some good 90s country and some originals and some other things as well. If you don't like country music, you should come anyway and support Pink Heart Funds. On April 1st, we'll have our exhibition game against Pearl River Community College at Keesler Federal Park. General admission tickets can be purchased through our box office or give us a call at the front office, and we'll be happy to take care of you. We hope to see you there. We will start the season on April 3rd in Madison, Alabama, but we will actually have our first home game on April 7th, so you should definitely come check us out. That whole week we'll play Tuesday through Sunday. On April 11th, we'll be participating in the Ingalls 5K, on the Causeway 5K out in Pascagoula. Great event supporting Special Olympics of Mississippi. We love to support Special Olympics any chance we get, and this is one of those times. So come join us, be a part of that 5K, or you can do the fun run as well. Definitely come check that out, and then come see a Shuckers game that evening. On April 18th, we have the Pink Heart Funds Ribbon Walk at 7:30 at Point Cadet Plaza in Biloxi, Mississippi. And then right after that, from 9 to 10, is the YMCA Healthy Kids Day. It's a free event. Both of those are free events, but you can support the Pink Heart Funds by participating in the walk. And then, of course, the YMCA event after that. Two great organizations coming together to provide a great day of fun and a give back opportunity for your family on that day. Also on the 18th at Harrison County Fairgrounds, and then on Sunday the 19th, we have partnered with Kataif Rodeos to present the Mississippi Gulf Coast PRCA Rodeo. Got a chance to check that out last year. We're excited to be partners with them this year, but definitely come check us out on the rodeo. There's going to be a festival all day. There's going to be a festival on Sunday as well. We've got live music. We've got Jared Dawes. We've got Katie Jones, myself, and the Big Easy. We'll be playing again. Willie Stonemore is going to play as well. So definitely come check out. We've got a great barbecue company. Coastal Barbecue is going to be providing some good food for us. We've got some other vendors and food trucks out as well, working on a few other things that we've got going on. So come check out that event. Really excited to be able to be a part of that. We're involved in a lot of stuff, but we believe in being able to give back and get involved in as much as we possibly can to make the Gulf Coast a better place to live and be. With that being said, let's get to our episode. Today we have our first ever Heart of a Shucker podcast guest, the voice of the Shuckers, Mr. Javik Blake. All right, welcome to the very first episode of the Heart of a Shucker podcast. I am here with our broadcaster and media relations manager and also minor league baseball's current Rising Star Award winner, Mr. Javik Blake. Javik, how are you?
I'm great, Mr. David Blackwell. How are you?
How often are you called Mr.?
I don't know. I turned 25 3 days ago, so I maybe half the tour is sort of my quarter life crisis. But
yeah, you're getting there.
It's been fun out here in Arizona. It's all baseball all the time. I kind of forget most days of what day it is. I kind of forget most days what time it is. So it's fun. I mean, baseball from start to finish. With the heat out here, we've been going pretty early with 11 a.m. start times, but it's been so much fun. Just seeing the guys, seeing all my buddies on the media side, whether it's the broadcasters, the media relations people, the beat people. So it's a lot of fun. There's a lot of fun to be had out here. And For fans who come out here, they know how much of a fan-friendly atmosphere it is
Mhm.
for Brewers spring training. But especially on my side, it's so great, being able to be in the major league clubhouse, be in those manager sessions with Pat Murphy, and then obviously just be around our potential guys who be coming to us this year, and getting to see a lot of hopefully returning faces and a lot of new faces as well. That young, talented, excited, which makes it a good time. And one big returning face and Mike Guerrero. I told him we had to spend a lot of money to unretire his number, so we better get ready to wear number 13 back in Biloxi.
Yeah, new jersey, new name bar, new everything. Bringing the old manager who's been here longer than any other manager has been. So it's going to be great to have him back. Talk to us about some of the things you've seen out in Arizona, some of the performances you've seen, some of the cool moments. Tell us a couple of those things.
Well, I think one of the wildest moments was just the other day. The Shuckers are getting ready to play the Giants Double-A affiliate, the Richmond Flying Squirrels in Scottsdale, and Casey Hunt was scheduled to pitch. I showed up, looked in the bullpen. There wasn't Casey Hunt. Looked in the dugout. And Mike Bovey goes, "We got to win it for KC." And then a minute later, I get a notification saying that Casey Hunt was traded to the Rays. And then the game was only 7 innings because it's minor league spring training. You only bring like 4 pitchers anywhere you go, 5 pitchers. And Casey was supposed to go a couple of innings, and he went no innings. So no, it's that was probably the wildest point with Casey going to the Rays organization. That's probably been one of the more noteworthy pieces out here, because I think he would have slotted into the Shuckers rotation somewhere 1 through 5 in that rotation.
Mm,
But instead, he's going to go to the Rays. And really a lot of credit goes to the Brewers scouting department for getting a guy who was an undrafted free agent who was not very good in college to become a terrific Double-A pitcher and a guy you can flip to the Rays for a proven major league arm. It's not even a
mm,
guy, he might be fringe on a Brewers 40-man roster, but it's a 40-man roster guy and a big league guy that will likely factor in a big time way into the Brewers bullpen. So that was probably the craziest thing, but there's been so much from Jesus Madej. Just that man is ginormous. I walked next to him the other day and I felt small. I'm 6'1", 15, and he is every bit as much as bulked up as the
yeah.
reports have said. And it's crazy. He gets out in front of balls and pokes him to the warning track. He got back on
Mm,
one in Scottsdale the other day, and that ball went like 430 feet in the
mm,
desert air. But, it's everybody from guys like Mike Bovey, who looks back healthy, ready to go, especially after returning last year and not really ever playing the field, kind of having to DH most days because he was coming back from that shoulder injury. He's a guy who's impressed well. On the minor league side, Matthew Wood, always a joy. And then Blake Burke, I saw him steal 2 bases, 3 bases
Whoa,
in one game. So
wow.
30-30 might be on the table for him. But
Love
no,
it.
there's a lot of speed, a lot of power, and a lot of really good baseball. Andrew Fisher, I think, has blown everyone's socks off in Brewers camp.
Yeah.
So there's been a lot of fun out here and a lot of guys who are going to be really, really good and hopefully really good for the Shuckers in 2026.
Yeah, yeah. I think that's the most prominent part, right? Like it sounds like we're gonna have a really good team. I know that we'll be releasing that roster here soon enough, but do you want to talk a bit more about Jesus? It sounds like there's a lot to talk about. So talk
There
about what we
is.
might see in Biloxi.
Well, he's bigger than Churio, which I think is the
Hmm.
wild part. Like Churio, when he was in Biloxi, was a skinny little guy. Like you could probably like go like this around his ankles. Like he was a really skinny dude. And that's what Madej was like when he came up to Biloxi at the end of last year. Like he was bigger than Jackson. Like obviously he's built differently. He's more of like not almost a corner guy, but he's just built more than Churio, who's got a lot of speed. But then Madej shows up to camp this year, and you read the reports that he's gained like 25 pounds in the offseason, and he's now, I think, listed at like 6'1", 6'2", 220, and he had a growth
Mm,
spurt. So you can
yeah.
have those when you're 19, 18 years old. But it's insane. I think the big thing for him is when he gets out in front of a baseball, he's still able to get his hands to it and poke it to the warning track. And I think that's insane to do at 19, 18 years
Mm,
old. He won't be 19 until May. But being able to do that, and then when he stays back on it, you can really see the power. I mean, his legs are ginormous and all the power just goes out. So it's really, really impressive for him. It's a lot per se, like the big swings we've seen from sort of your prototypical power guys of Biloxi, like your Blake Burks, your Wes Clarks, those guys who are just bigger built and can get after a baseball. And Midday is much of the same way, except he's 18 years old and he had a terrific offseason. So it'll be really fun to see what he's like, hopefully in Biloxi in 2026.
Yeah, and so, from an offensive standpoint, that paired with a potential really good, pitching staff, I think we're gonna be in good shape to be very competitive this year. What do you know about, potential pitching staff, that could be in Biloxi this year?
Well, one more thing on the guys in the dirt, and you talk about how good the pitching staff's going to be. When you look at a dirt that potentially is going to include, now I have no inside information, but looking at the double A lineups and how they've been constructed out here, especially late with guys going, leaving to get ready for Nashville, having Madej at short, Burke at first, Fisher potentially at third. Bovee can play both, so he'll
Mhm.
kind of probably, I would guess, rotate around first, third, DH, and then Dylan O'Ray at second. And then potentially you got guys like Madej who can kind of play both. Jeremy Vargas, Eduardo Garcia, all those guys will factor into the infield one way or another. And then you look behind the plate at Matthew Wood, who ended the year probably better than just about anybody on the Shuckers roster last year. And that includes the big guys. It was Burke and Wood for the final 6 weeks of the year. So both of them are it's going to be a really, really good infield. There's going to be a lot of speed. The new pickoff rules are pretty much written for the Biloxi Shuckers with the one disengagement instead of two. The other day, I saw Jordan Adams steal two bases, get a disengagement in the span of 3 innings. A disengagement violation. So it's going to be fun. But on the pitching side, I think it's going to be a lot of familiar faces. So you look 1 through 5 and kind of how it shakes out. Now, obviously, Casey Hunt getting traded throws a wrench into the thing because he was 100% likely going to start with Biloxi. But you'd likely see Tyson Harden, Bishop Letts, and Jaron DeBerry as sort of the three guys that are set to anchor that rotation, and potentially Brett Witrawski as well. We'll see whether or not he goes up to Nashville or starts in Biloxi. And if those four are your rotation, and that's like a good chunk of your lineup,
Yeah.
I don't know how you don't do well. And especially you
Yeah.
look at the way the schedule's laid out, and it's you play familiar opponents when you play 12 against Pensacola, 9 against Rocket City, 12 against Columbus. You're going to see teams a lot. With a pitching staff like that, they got the smarts to get you out. And in the
Sure.
dugout, you got a manager, Mike Guerrero, who's got the smarts to know how to run on you, especially if you look at last year, the struggles that Rocket City, now obviously minor league rosters change year to year, but the struggles that Rocket City had on offense, the success that the Shuckers had against Pensacola and Columbus in the second half of the year, it looks really, really good on paper. Now, paper's not everything, but it should be a lot of fun and hopefully a lot of winning this year as well, because this team just looks disgusting.
Yeah. Entertaining, I think, to say the least, right? Like, I think we expect to be really good, but, I mean, you're getting a chance to watch a lot of really good baseball. I mean, and not just us, but teams that are coming into play. I mean, we may see Casey Hunt. Who knows? We may see him coming through Montgomery. So I think you're going to see a lot of high quality baseball in Biloxi this season. So looking forward to people coming and join us. And we've got a lot of great things, a lot of great promotions this year, a lot of different giveaways, different special events that are going to be happening at the ballpark. And I think one of the things that we don't get to see inside of the stadium, our staff's working the games. We got season ticket holders and fans there. Unless you bring a radio with you and you're listening to Javik Blake on the broadcast on 100.9, like how do you know what you're talking about, right? So one of the things that you've done over the past few years is you've developed a really cool opportunity for someone who is younger, like you were back in the day when you went through this program,
Right, like
wherever
I
you
was.
were.
Good job, good
Yeah,
job.
like you were. You're not there anymore. You
Graduated
just turned
I've
25.
graduated from baby status and left the
You're a mister now. Um, you've created this junior broadcasting program. Talk to us a little bit about how that works and how people can get involved with that.
Yeah, it's one of the cool things that I've wanted to do, since coming down here, and we've done it now each of the last 3 seasons, so starting in 2024, but it's such a great opportunity for youngsters who wanna get into sports journalism, who wanna come out to the ballpark, um, to get involved. So how it works is, that you can apply just through the Shuckers website. You can basically write me an email, um, with an essay of why you wanna do it, and why you think you'd be a good choice for it. And then some of the standout ones, if you qualify and you have a desire to do it, will be invited out to media day. Now, obviously, a tough turnaround with this being posted, but there are opportunities throughout the season where if you want to be involved, if you send us an email about why you want to do it, we'll get you matched up with whatever player you'd like to talk to on the roster. And one of the cool things about the roster being as young as it's going to be, and the organization being as depth wise good as it's going to be this year, as most of the guys will be there the whole year. So, you want to talk to somebody in April, there's a good shot they'll still be there in June or July. But basically, you get to interview the player, and then write a feature story on them. So whether or not it's we've had people do it about Eric Brown Jr.'s journey a couple years ago. Last year, we had a whole great piece on Brock Wilken coming back from getting hit in the face in the start of 2024 and all the eye therapy he had to go through. So those are just some of the examples, but great opportunities to come out and write about your favorite player and kind of write a story and get it published in the Checkers monthly program as well.
Yeah, you and I were talking about this the other day that, when you were in high school, you kind of knew what you wanted to do, and I think you got involved in one of these programs. I don't remember where, so maybe you could tell us what that meant to you and how it kind of shaped your career moving forward.
First off, how dare you do not remember the name of the Pawtucket Red Sox in McCoy Stadium, the greatness that is no longer in existence because they tore it down
Mm.
and moved to Worcester. But yeah, I was a part of the Paw Sox Junior Broadcaster Program back in 2016, which was such a great opportunity for me. And we're doing this here in Biloxi, is where if you want to call games, if you want to be a part of our broadcast, basically, you send an essay and a homemade audition tape to us, and we select the best ones. So, if sit at your house and you're like calling games and MLB The Show and you want to get involved in a broadcast, send us a tape, which is just a short, 4 or 5 minutes of you calling a game, and an essay, and we'll make sure you get on air. And we have a couple Sundays carved out for these kiddos to come up. They join myself and my broadcast partner, Max Gifford, in the booth for the top of the fourth inning. And then the bottom of the fourth is all yours. You call the inning start to finish, and it's a good opportunity to have a lot of fun up in the booth.
Yeah, two things real quick. In 2016, I think you'd have probably been around 15, right?
That is
I
correct.
was
Good math.
I was about 15 years out of high school, so I don't know what that says about me, but it's
I
certainly
don't
making me
know,
feel
but
old right now.
I did not call you old. I did not say anything. This is your math, not me. All I know is the Shuckers were 0
Yeah,
years old in 2015.
yeah,
Maybe a couple
yeah.
games old depending on the day, but they were 0 years.
Yeah, for sure. Well, we know, and not in Biloxi until June of that year. So a lot of cool stories that.
I can guarantee you all 69 home games will be played in Biloxi this year. We're gonna have a lot of fun. It's a great opportunity to come out to the ballpark this
Yeah,
year, and with the amount of young talent we're gonna have, they're not gonna leave. Remember Jackson Churio in 2023, he was with the Shuckers for the entire season. The only reason he went to AAA is because the Shuckers season ended and the AAA season was still going. Well, if all things work out well here at the AA side, it should be a very long season, deep into September, and hopefully with a lot of fun between game 138, hopefully, between game wins one, two, three, and four of the playoffs as well.
yeah. I think more playoff games, the better. That would be a good thing. Hey, real quick, talk about you've got an assistant this year. You've got somebody in the booth with you. I think this will be the first time that you've had somebody up there full time. Max Gifford is going to be your helping you out in the broadcast booth. Tell us a little bit about Max. I think y'all been working really well together, and we like having Max around for sure.
It's been fun. It'll be fun to have somebody to laugh at my jokes this year, so I'm not actually laughing at myself. That's probably a little weird, but no, it's great. It's a great opportunity to have somebody else up in the booth with me this year. Obviously, for Max to gain that experience. and really an opportunity for Max to get his feet wet in what minor league baseball is. He's never worked in minor league baseball before, so it's a great opportunity for him to get that experience firsthand of what it's like when you pull tarp 17 times and somehow got to call a game that night. But it'll be fun. It'll be with me for every home game and most road games this season as well. But it'll be a lot of fun. You know, the big things for the broadcast are obviously calling a great game and getting listeners that information, but also just keeping it exciting and keeping it fun,
Yeah.
because that's what baseball's all about. You know, you gotta have a good time in the broadcast booth, so, we're definitely looking forward to it this year, and, you know, I'm definitely looking forward to seeing all of our fans out at the ballpark and, wherever I end up doing Checkers on Deck this year, whether it's in a kiddie pool in the outfield, the tiki bar, or wherever, or all the fun people who chime in our text the booth line throughout the year. Let us know where they're tuning in from and, get in on
Yeah.
all the fun because that's what it's all about.
Yeah, I think we like to play Find Javik Blake when you do Shuckers on Deck. Try to find out where you are. I know that as a staff, I'm always looking around trying to find you. I know others are as well. So we look forward to that. Javik, hey, appreciate you spending some time. You're in Arizona for one more day. By the time that this is put up and visible to people, you might be on your way back here to Biloxi. So be safe and man, we're looking forward to this season.
Thank you, man. It'll be a lot of fun. It should be a really fun season. It's one of those years where you're really going to want to come out to the ballpark. And if you're a baseball fan, you're going to want to come to Biloxi because you're going to see guys who are going to be big leaguers in a year, 2 years. You're talking all stars, MVP caliber players. And we're going to have a lot of them. So it's going to be a great opportunity to come out to the ballpark because if you don't, and 3 years down the line, you see him on TV and go, oh, they were in Biloxi. I should have seen him
Yeah.
with my, standing room only ticket on a Thursday that you can get in for under $12 and get your beers with it. It's going to be tough FOMO if you miss out on it. So make sure to come out to the ballpark, make sure to have some fun. And if you're a baseball fan, I mean, this is the best baseball you'll see. I hope in the Southeast outside of Atlanta this year, but it should be a lot of fun and definitely a great opportunity for fans to come out.
Yeah, I know we're getting ready to wrap this up, but I think you just reminded me of something. A conversation I was having earlier today about a 2023 team. And I know you and I have talked about this, but we've had 11, I believe, players that have participated on the 2023 team that have made their big league debut, and most of them are still playing in the league in the big leagues right now. So we've had a lot of success getting guys to getting guys to that next level that are coming through Biloxi. So man, here's your chance to get some more of that. I think there's no doubt some of these guys that are on this year's team are going to get their shot, and you get to see them in Biloxi before they do. So um, again, come out, check us out. We start our home games on April 7th. Of course, we'll start the season up in Madison, Alabama, against the Rocket City Trash Pandas on April 2nd. And of course, our exhibition game, April 3rd. April 1st is the exhibition game. I caught myself on that. I saw you nodding. April 1st is our exhibition game against Pearl River, which is always great to have them in the ballpark. And those have been pretty competitive games as well. So definitely you should come check us out. Bring your radio into the stadium. Listen to Javik Blake, the voice of the Biloxi Shuckers and current minor league baseball Rising Star Award winner. I wanted to make sure I got that in there one more time. Javik, it's great having you on here. Look forward to doing it again soon, and be safe and go Shuckers.
Thank you. I feel like I need to get a bow in, but thank you. I appreciate it. A lot of fun. A lot of fun hopping on.
Thank you, Javik. Appreciate you.